dinosaur fact, I have a real one for you as well. So today's dinosaur fact is going to be on one of my favorite dinosaurs, the Spinosaurus, okay? And you know what? I was looking into seeing, like, okay, the Lunarians are, like, the strongest beings that have ever existed in One Piece, so what was, like, the deadliest dino that ever walked the Earth? And, of course, a lot of this is subjective, and there might be a devastating dinosaur that could fly and spit laser beams that we just haven't dug up yet. But for right now, I'm gonna go with my personal favorite, the Spinosaurus, okay? So the Spinosaurus looked like this. It was a semi-aquatic dinosaur that lived in northern Africa during the late Cretaceous period. They were the longest theropods to ever exist that we know of that have currently been discovered. Here's a general chart comparing to the size of a T-Rex, okay? T-Rex is in the purple, Spinosaurus, at the front. And so in Jurassic Park 3, the Spinosaur is actually the thing that defeats the T-Rex. And I know a lot of people that are fans of those movies, I have a friend that's way into those movies, is like, yeah, screw the Spinosaurus, the T-Rex is where it's at, and so in Jurassic World, there was even a scene where the T-Rex, like, destroys the Spinosaurus fossil, like, yeah, the T-Rex is really on top, but I don't know, looking into the Spinosaur, I could see why they did that with Jurassic Park 3, I could see that, it's like, hey, we need to figure out an even bigger and even deadlier dinosaur than the T-Rex, it's like, well, what about the Spinosaurus, like, yeah, throw that in there, that'll be the new iconic dinosaur that everybody loses their shit over, and it turns out it really wasn't. People still love the T-Rex to this day, but I love the Spinosaurus, damn it. So the Spinosaurus was basically like a giant crocodile. Like, think of a modern crocodile that lives and hunts primarily in wetlands and around the water, and that was the Spinosaurus. And the idea is that it even had, like an aquatic gill-like tail that allowed it to be propelled in the water, and its bone density in its legs was a lot, like more dense. Its bone density was dense, so it, like, allowed it to actually, its buoyancy and be underwater and be able to hunt its prey. Like, can you imagine being like a prehistoric fish just, swimming in the water, and then all of a sudden just, and then just, the freaking Spinosaur comes into the water, eats it, and then leaves? God, that's terrifying. One of the fossils, this was actually, I think, the first dinosaur fossil to be discovered in the country of Egypt way back at the beginning of the 20th century, around 1912. And it was discovered, and people were like, okay, let's, like, look into this, and it was transferred to a museum. But unfortunately, that very first fossil record of a Spinosaurus was lost and purportedly destroyed during the chaos of World War II. So that sucks. So they've discovered other fossils since then, but, like, the original that you maybe can compare it to has been lost, okay, because there was a lot of, bombing and devastation during the Second World War. But yeah, it was basically like a giant, think of like a giant crocodile that walks on two legs, that was bigger than a school bus and weighed upwards of like 7 to 8 tons at the low end, but also there was like that was like the original idea, that it was like 7 to 23 tons, but then there was like other stuff that came to light that it's like, okay, it wasn't that long and it wasn't that heavy. But, it was still a very large dinosaur that was probably the largest theropod, much bigger, and the largest carnivore, perhaps ever, the largest land-based carnivore that might have ever lived on this planet, okay? So, you kind of have to respect the Spinosaurus. I mean, they weren't completely wrong in Jurassic Park 3 when they had it destroying and completely ripping apart the T-Rex. I mean, it's kind of true. It's probably what would have happened back in the Cretaceous, but whatever. The T-Rex is still your favorite dinosaur. I guess that's fine. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This will be Tekking and Barry and a Pteranodon signing out. Actually, I think this is just a pterodactyl. Pterodactylus. It's a pterodactylus. Bye, everybody.